Hello, everyone. You are watching the video. Thank you. Welcome. We are going to be talking about the 90-day game plan today. If you don't have this already, you can actually download it off of Isogenics. Does anyone want to tell them, Annie? You want to tell them where you got that from?
Yes, actually, I downloaded it online. Beebe was on the Isogenics website, but I'm not sure which link it was.
Okay, great. The Isogenics business?
I'm pretty sure, yes.
Oh, yeah, I just have it. So, welcome. Go ahead. We'll just kind of chat. Feel free to follow along. Any questions you have, of course, let us know. So, okay, guys. A couple different announcements that we'll go ahead and start off with. One Saturday, and I'm going to try and do all these things on a regular basis. Let's just get on a regular, consistent schedule. What did I read today? Someone posted something about habits. Did anyone read that? Did anyone post it? Let's hear. It was something about creating momentum. It's great, but habits is what takes it into action or something like that. So we'll just get into these regular habits. We have our phone calls regularly. Now we'll start doing our regular meetings. So Saturday, 1 o'clock here, this coming Saturday, let's not count every Saturday at this point, but this coming Saturday, we will start off with a brand new consultant meeting. So for people who are newer to the business or haven't advanced quite where they want to be yet, this will give scripts, this will give dialogue. We'll talk about how to really get it out there, Facebook, texting, through phone calls, which the company is really all about Facebook and texting. So if anyone loves that idea, I'm old school, so I may teach a little bit different, but I'm gonna step it up. And we can really work on the text situation and Facebooking, and that's what everybody's doing. And really, truly, that's where I got like 80% of my business from. So let's just teach that direction rather than actually calling all the time. Oh, okay, yeah, absolutely. So that's one announcement. The other announcement, I'm working on a couple different things. We're working on quite a few things. But you guys know I have the lovely Renee. I love her every day. She gives me a little note. It's great. So there's different projects that she's working on. One is we're really trying to implement everyone getting into Game Changers, because a lot of times when we invite people, they may or may not accept it right away. They might get buried, they didn't see it, they might forget about it and want to come back to it. So if you want her to go back to your contacts, some of them she has already, if you guys told me to do that. And Laura, we just got yours, so we haven't done that yet. But just let me know you want her to do that, because we have a list of all of you guys of who you have invited. So we can see who's been added and we can see who's been invited. So she'll just go, aww. Yay, happy birthday.
Sweet. Tomorrow is a family.
That's right.
We'll be signing the card as we hang out here. So don't keep.
Wonderful. We're videoing it. I'll just keep on schedule. If you want to do it, yeah, say hi. Yeah. So if you guys want her to go in and re-invite your people, she's sending a personal message. It's a very professional, hey, we noticed that you haven't actually accepted yet. If you'd like to, this is what this group is all about. And they can either look for it or we just need their email address. So if you want to re-put them in, you can as well, and all you need is their email address. Unfortunately, once you invite someone to a group, if they do not accept it, you can't get them in other than with their email address. And I think you can only do that one time as well. So they're real finicky as far as that goes. So that's one thing she's doing. Also, she's working on my SharePoint. And if you're not familiar with SharePoint, actually that's what Greta specializes in, so she's able to share more. Okay, great. I don't know much. Renee's helping me understand a little bit more, so feel free to put it out there. But she's going to take everyone from Game Changers, that's in Game Changers, and anything that we put in SharePoint will automatically go, or anything SharePoint goes into Game Changers, right, Facebook? More or less we can specify where it goes. Okay, I think so. So all the recorded videos, all the recorded phone calls, everything. Hello, Christine. Greta. Hi, maybe you can help us with this, Greta.
Yeah, we're talking about SharePoint.
Oh, yeah. Oh.
So I'm headed up there.
Wherever you like.
There should be more, where's the things, the 90 days?
Right there. Right, welcome. So we were just talking about SharePoint. I'll give you a second to catch your breath. And we are, it looks like you're right inside. I don't know if we want to just go ahead and
stand there.
yeah, maybe like
Here
here
too,
too,
that
that's fine.
probably okay.
And anyways, it's basically just going to make things really easy for you guys to find so that you don't have to go back and look for a specific phone call or ask me to send that one or anything like that. You can just see it and get it and then share it. And you can tweet it, Facebook it, Instagram, or whatever you want to do.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Then everyone would have to have permissions to do it.
That's fine.
And we would do that.
Yeah, yeah.
Awesome.
No, what do you mean by that? I basically, if I put it out there, then I'm the one that has to give permission, or does everyone in the group?
You can
has to
set
give
up permissions ahead of time for contributors, and so
Okay.
everyone can be a contributor.
Okay.
Everyone can be, like, you can open it up for all to be a viewer.
Right, okay,
So
yeah.
then if you send it to
Yeah, yeah.
then they'd be able to see it.
Yeah,
If they don't
yeah.
have it permission, then they won't be able to see it, so.
Okay, got it. Okay, perfect. So she may be asking a couple of questions on that. So that's being worked on as well. What else is she doing? She's really going to keep me up to date, and my goal is to just get a ton of marketing, and ultimately I want to get a ton of leads. That's really what I want to try and do, but we all have to focus on that. So feel free to steal and share, and whatever we do, she's going to be really out there kind of doing a bunch of different things. So hopefully we get out there. Now on that line, we've already had our first experience with SS, if everyone can kind of figure out what I'm talking about since we are videoing.
Social security.
No, that would be another trainer that just moved into town.
Oh, yes, I know sure.
Yes.
I'll go with it.
Yeah, her child goes to Kathy Clover's school. So we've already had the implication coming in. So Kathy is feeling the urgency. We all need to feel that urgency because she's here.
What school is that?
It is the no. It's the Academy Prep.
It's Phoenix Country Day.
Is it?
Oh, no.
It is.
No. It is New Way Academy. New Way Academy. There's only about 100 children there. And yeah. Yep. And then I believe another child will also be going to ASU. So any contacts we have at ASU, we need to really market it and push. It's really great timing actually that this has happened because it really should set us off into the urgency that we all should be having right now. I mean, Erin came home from Celebration going, I'm on it, I'm this and this and this, and we've been setting up appointments and we've been making those appointments, it's rolling like crazy. And that's the urgency you want to have, especially after these events. But however, now that we kind of have that hanging on our back a little bit, it's going to keep that in mind.
It's a good thing. Is it a good thing?
It's a very good thing in that sense, yes. The other good thing is we'll get more education, we'll get more training sessions, and you never know if we need, you never know, I'm just putting this out there, if the company actually does more ICUs here, because there's more and more people. So you never know. We just, it's, we're definitely, it's a good thing. All right, great. Let's go ahead and get started. Are there any other announcements that anyone wants to make? Does anyone else want to make any announcements? Everybody good? So everybody have their 90-day situation. Okay, well, you have your book? All right, looks like they are possibly out of order or backwards, so just do one at each one. And you should be able to follow through. So for those of you that did not go to Celebration, basically the company gives us this 90-day game plan. And it's really an opportunity for you to focus and put your pens and paper to work and make it happen. And what the plan is to work really hard for 90 days. And then take some time slow for time. I shouldn't say time off, because there's never any time off in this business. But you can slow down a little bit. And then if you ever want to do one of these again, some people do it once a year, some people do it twice a year. The man who trains on this, what has he done, 3 times? Well, in 1 year? No, he's done a total of 6 times out of like
And I thought
12.
and I thought they said six, so I didn't.
Yes.
Yeah.
In 11 years.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it's not something, you're not going to constantly do a 90-day aim period. If you truly do the 90-day aim period. Now, if you're kind of a few lower level than what they're expecting, you may constantly be doing 90 days, 90 days, 90 days, 90 days. So what they're really wanting people to do is just push this out as much as you can, get it done, really build this empire, this organization, and then you work with those people. And it all fits in the same category of what we've been teaching with the 5 golden shifts, of finding your 5 people, and then you really help those 5 people, help their 5 people, and then their 5 people, and you just keep going down and down and down. But sometimes it takes 100 people, 25 people, 50 people, 200 people, find your 5 those people. So it all goes in line. So let's go ahead and jump in. What page should we start you guys off with? The first one? Okay.
Yeah.
So let's just all take a quick look at that and kind of skim through it just a little bit and look at that. Written goals, actual commitments, and weekly progress. 76% of the people that did it accomplished their goal. So really keeping track, write down your goals. How many of you are writing down your goals? Whatever that is. Whether you're 100% or 80%, 50%, but you're writing something down. So post-it notes, you're writing something down.
I started doing that this
Yeah.
week, actually.
Great. Do you feel that you can visualize things a little bit more, that it pushes you a little bit more, that it keeps your focus more?
Yes, just because I have it written, it's on my to-do
Right.
list, so I don't here to know, okay, I gotta get this done, I gotta go through this.
Yeah. Great. Great. It gives you a plan.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So with writing down the goals, I want to make them realistic goals.
Okay.
So I think I tend to shy away from it a little bit because I don't want it to be like out of reach and then I get disappointed.
Okay,
So
so
maybe some guidelines on it.
yeah, so some guidelines for that is write some this week goal, next week goal, this month's goal, a 3-month goal, a 6-month goal. And write that down.
Okay, and you need number of people enrolled,
You know what?
business volume, just
Many different things. Personally, I usually, and I say this all the time, that whenever I write down my goals, I hit them, especially what I do is the numbers. I write down my personal enrollments, rank advancements for the team, my personal income, and generally that's kind of my real quick, I can write that down. And whenever I write it down, I hit those figures. When I don't write it down, I may or may not hit those figures.
So would that be like the same as writing people that you want down, like a goal that I'm going to
Sure.
get that person, or a goal that that person's going to be my golden child, or a goal
Yes.
Oh, it is.
Yes. And I think something to think about, Erin, is when I was first going to try to get Crystal executive, and I only had 2 weeks to do it, so I finally understood it. But I said, what the hell, I don't know if I can do this. And so I went for it and ended up going to director. So I didn't get executive, but that pushed in those 2 weeks, I went to director, which was a great step in itself. So just a little flurry of activity. And if you're going to hit that goal, you're going to hit a lot of goals just getting it.
Yeah.
So that's something to think
That's
about.
not positive.
You have your doable ones, which you know, but why not make it undoable and then at least you hit it?
Right. Well,
Feel like
and
something.
And that's another Eric Worre training that he talked about, the realistic, so you were with me, the realistic, the idealistic people, you know, and how we think. And those that are the dreamers hit really, really high, or they set really high goals, but they need somewhere underneath it, where the realistic ones, everyone's going to hit below their goal. So if you're realistic, say here's bottom, and you're realistic, you're gonna go there and hit here. Where if you're a dreamer, you're gonna go here and hit here. So go ahead and make it high. It doesn't have to be realistic.
You said the dreamers usually hit their do what they.
And they, yeah, and they do because they're dreaming really high and they've got these big visions, and I know you're a dreamer. And they want all of this stuff. It's okay.
I just know the hair.
No, it's not that. That's not this. It's the I can do this. Where the realistic is, I think I can, and then what's the other one, the lower one? Oh, there's a name for that type of personality where the pessimist. And it's not going to happen. You know, I don't know if I should even try or not. And then they don't even get off the ground. So you have to pick which one of the three you are, either the pessimist, the realistic, or the dreamer. And if you can be a dreamer, be the dreamer and hit somewhere in between, really close to that really high goal.
Yeah, I can do that. It's just a matter of setting it and knowing the time frame. I guess for me, it's like
Yeah.
I want to be executive in 90 days.
Right.
So,
There you go.
Right.
what's that look like every day for my goals?
Right. Well, one thing you need to hit, and everyone that has not hit director yet, really needs to have the goal of crystal director. And so either give your goal of the December 8th deadline, or December 7th deadline, because you don't want to wait till the last day, or December 1st, or whatever. But you should actually up that and maybe go, especially if you already have a couple people underneath you or a couple consultants underneath you, go for November 1st. And then maybe hit executive for December 1st. And then make that your goal, like what Linda's talking about, where hit for this one, but hit both of them during the time period. But really, if you focus on, and I'll be talking about that, that's in our game plan, but if you focus on crystal executive or crystal director and you haven't hit that yet, for those of us that have hit it, do it again. Just redo it and get 6 new consultants and help them out. We should always be re-hitting
But I know what Erin's saying. She's saying,
advancements.
I know I want to be this. I want to be there. Just tell me what to do. And really, what you have to do is make appointments with 100 people. And of those 100 people, you'll eventually get your 20, and you'll hit it. So basically, every day what you're going to be doing is making appointments.
That's what
And I'm saying this to you as much as saying it to me.
Just keep writing names down. For me, that was the biggest thing, is I just hit it started. You're gonna do it. And I go, oh, I'm not. I thought, well, what would be the big thing if I did it? I mean, what's to say I had it? So I just keep writing names down, keep calling people. No, write names down, call people, just kept doing it. And, oh my God. It caught me last week. Just keep going. Don't look back, just keep going forward.
Yeah, see, let's just talk about that for a little bit. So there's some things that you didn't bring up, but that obviously people are going to experience when you do that. When you make your list of 100 people, and you sit down and call them, not everyone's going to be interested. It's okay. Never take it personally. It's not, they're not saying no to us, they're saying no to what we're offering. They're saying no to changing their life, changing their food habits, changing their exercise, changing their feel. So never take it personally. It's like, hey, I'm just looking to find out who's interested. And when you're doing this on text, and they say, no, not interested, you're not going to be as effective. Where if they say no to you on the phone, oh, really? So actually, the text messaging is great. Right, exactly. And at some point they will. And so when they do say no, how would you guys respond to that? Right. Excellent. Right? Okay.
I'll call you back in a month or two, just see how we go.
Yeah. This is just really fabulous. I'll call you back in a month and see if anything's changed. Or in between, we have a private Facebook group that shares stories and pictures and a few recipes. Can I add you to that?
That's what I was gonna say. I talked to the gallery about it.
I think I told Fred that. Right.
They were like, we just add people to extremely happy people and whatever their other sites are, and then they'll start calling.
Right.
They actually, they start walking
Yes.
And they're not looking at everything just one, they're mostly looking for your posts.
Right.
And you know, it's bonding with them because the other thing I'll say is, if there's anything I can do to help you in anything, just let me know. And so that just sort of opens up that little friendship and a communication so that when it finally does click, oh, she wasn't a salesperson, she was my friend trying to help me accomplish something.
Right.
And then they'll call that.
And then they'll pay attention more to, or they'll pay more attention to your posts. And they'll really start watching what you're doing, and you're continuing to talk about it, you're continuing to share success stories, and you're continuously a part of it. They'll be like, huh, she is sharing that, or he is sharing that with quite a few people, and they're all succeeding. Huh, maybe I should just check it out. Why not? I mean, how many of you said yes the first time someone, whoever talked to you, right? You did. Yes, exactly, yes. Right, you said no the first time, then when I approached you, but I was the second person or so. Right. Laura, were we the first ones to approach you? Have you ever heard of it before? Okay, so you and Luz really were the first people to say yes and do it immediately. You had Agnes.
Oh, Agnes.
Agnes, Luz had someone at Trader Joe's, and I met someone. So we've even had strangers say yes right away. It's kind of rare. It may not happen right away.
My airplane person.
But oh, okay, great. But did it bother you when we continued to talk? No. Great. Greta, are you ever going to do this?
No.
Greta, are you ever going to do this? Greta, I know you want this.
No.
And you know what? Greta, and I just thought of this, you told me no to the parties. Oh, I'm not going to have my friends over. My friends aren't going to want this. How many TC parties have we now done? Like 3 or 4 or 5, yeah. So when they tell us no, it's just no at that moment for whatever reason. Yeah, that's okay. That's okay. I don't want you if you're not ready. Because you're a lot of work if you're not ready.
Yeah.
Perfectly fine. You didn't tell me yes right away. Soon, but not right away.
Not right away.
No, and Aaron, him and God for months and months and months and months. And you didn't really start the business portion of it until, not too long ago, of course. Hello, come on in. Hello. Hey, if you want to sit next to Linda, we do have the video camera right there. Your back will be to it the entire time. Just a heads up. There's chairs right there. Hello, Kathleen. So never ever worry about that. And I know that's what stops people from getting.
Sorry, got it. Keep talking. It's on the side.
When I did the candle parties and we would do them in the storms for the months, it was the best time. Because I'm like, that's okay, it's all my candlelight. That's great.
This is the time to sing Happy Birthday to Laura.
Do we have a candle?
I got a candle. We have slim cakes and ice cream.
Yeah. We have our ice cake version.
And the reason why we didn't bring like a decadent treat was because we know you're committed to the ice fire challenge. So, like years. So slim cakes and ice cream, it's up your guys'
Me too.
She chose this.
Me too.
I mean, that's commitment.
Which I never would have done 2 months ago.
Right. Exactly, right. And 2 months ago, not 2 years ago, 2 months ago. Right. And your celebration. Right.
She's not a celebration rock star.
So I'm going to tell you how things change. That's why you really want to help people get to the events. Because it really changes everything. You see the big picture and the whole version of it, and something happens where you find that that is what I want. Whatever it is, whatever hits you, there is something that hits everyone of, I do want this for that reason. And then you just make that plan. So let's continue. So please, everyone, raise your hand and say, I am not going to worry about rejection.
I'm not going to worry about rejection.
I don't care
website that's different. I believe mine is.
Oh, we just haven't gotten there yet.
Is that another page?
Okay.
Yeah, but it's just gotta be over.
This is different.
What page number?
Yeah.
We'll just have to find it.
Only have page one, but I see yours. It says Allie, three. Or it might just be number different.
Or start at 3, but where you're at, but yeah, you're just missing the 2 pages if you don't get it, so take a copy of it. All right, so we'll go through this real fast, hopefully. So vision, think of your vision, and we're gonna be talking about this throughout tonight. Think of your vision. We need to identify distractions and eliminate them. This is all gonna be part of our game plan. Let's just go into it. Game plan, have a vision. So does everyone have a pen?
Yeah, pens here, if you don't.
Anyone need a pen? Everyone's gonna be writing. Okay, and if you don't want to write in your book, we have the extra sheets. You're looking for this one.
Let me see.
Oh,
Yep. Yep, this one, 90-day game plan. Page 3, if you took from my printouts. And again, write in your book. This is your notebook. Don't worry about it being pretty. It's a workbook. Okay? Yeah, mine are never pretty. Mine has stuff all over it and different things. And you just don't worry about that because it's a workbook. So work it. But if you do want to keep it pretty for whatever reason, take one of the sheets. But let's work on this. Let's think real fast. And if anyone wants to share while you're writing, what is your vision? What's your vision for yourself? So go ahead and start thinking. I'll talk while you guys are doing this. But this is Natalie Cook's presentation if you want to go back to celebration. And what is your vision? Where do you see yourself at? And let's just look at the 90-day period. 3 months from now. So where are we at? September, October, December. So we're starting the holiday time period.
I want to be executive.
There you go. Okay, is that written down?
Yes.
Okay, great. All right, excellent.
That wasn't all that work.
Right, okay. So think of something about yourself. Where do you want to be? What's your vision? Now, think about your team. And if you don't have a team yet, that's okay. Think about what you want on your team. Try to visualize what you see, how many people you see, what type of people you see. And just so you know, in network marketing, the ones who we think are always going to do great never do, and the ones that we don't think will do great always do. So you can never plan on specific people doing things until they're in action. So it's the show me, don't tell me situation. The ones that just tell you, usually don't show. Find the ones that just want to show you. They just want to show. Look at this, look at this, look at this, look at this. So visualize yourself, where you want to be, what you want your team to look like. Something that this can bring in for your home life, your family. What difference can this make for you? Whether it's a specific item, something you purchase, a goal you guys have had, a vacation that you guys want to take. Maybe it's cutting down some hours. Maybe it's being able to do something with your children that you've never done before or wanted to do. But try to hit those 3 areas. Does anyone want to share anything? Lisa, that was great. Okay.
I want to start not being so dependent on my
Wonderful, good job. That's excellent. And I'm going to ask you guys, just because we're video, to try to speak up a little bit while the air conditioners are running.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, thank you. So, yes, exactly. Erin, what have you been saying about that? You're like, I'm no longer having this as plan B. This is now plan A.
Yeah, that came at Celebration where I just thought, why am I working so hard at plan A, which is like a hamster wheel, not getting anywhere, when plan B has more money potential. So I just said, you know what, I'm going to spend more time with Isogenics is now my plan A. And it's just worked out that way the last couple weeks.
Right.
Because I see the bigger picture.
You see it, you visualize it, you feel it, and you know that this will be it for you. You have that belief and that confidence.
Absolutely.
And that's really where all this comes down to, especially when you're working on the Crystal Director. You need to have conviction in your plan, in yourself, in the company, and the products. And if you're missing one of those, it really won't come together. You have to have that conviction. So if you're missing that conviction, talk to someone, hear here or somewhere else and find out what you can do to get that conviction, whatever it is. But that 100% conviction that you can do this, I can talk to people, I have other people who want this, and I know how to find them. I know what to say, I know how to close them. I love these products work. This company is fabulous, this company will pay me. Believe that. And if you're missing one of those things, then write it down, let's try. Okay, great. Anyone else want to share?
I want financial freedom by December 31, 2015.
All right, look at that, Victoria. Okay, do you have your dollar amount written down?
No.
Okay, you need to figure out your dollar amount. What dollar amount do you need to take you to that place?
Okay.
Okay, and so write that down and know that figure. And the great thing about when you get into these situations where, is that at the point where you will retire and not work anymore? Not with us, but retire. Okay, you just want that financial freedom. Okay, great. So when you finally start reaching that point where the money just starts rolling in, it's really, truly amazing when we open up our world and that belief system that has people just come to you. And more will just come, and the easier everything gets. So when Peter talks about take the hard out of any kind of sentence with isogenics, this is not hard. This is easy. This is just focused. Focused work. It becomes so much easier and easier and easier, and you'll get to your financial freedom much quicker. So Victoria, financial freedom. I write down your guys' goals as well.
And I put 100,000 per year.
Okay. 31st. So that is 3-star.
I didn't know that.
Yep. Actually, I think it shows that with you. If everyone, if you have the book, or, yeah, we didn't put it on the printouts. It's on down. So it's page 20.
Yeah.
And if you guys want to look, if you want to look to see what income do you need to make and where do you want to be, it tells you. It's written out for you. You don't have to guess at anything. That's the beautiful thing about this. Everything is just a little muddles. You just have to open the book and read or ask a question or anything like that. Right. Right. Okay? So it can literally be broken down so many ways so that you know. Okay. All right, next. Page 4, set yourself up for success. What are you looking at?
I'm going to see what
Okay. There you go. Okay. Eliminate distractions. Okay. Set yourself up for success. Eliminate distractions. I will stop.
Negative thinking.
Negative thinking.
Oversleeping.
Oh, excellent. Negative thinking. Oversleeping. These are great. Keep those around.
Useless Facebook stalking.
Yeah. Now let's talk about that for a second. Useless Facebook stalking. Now, there's, yeah, let's talk about that because it may or may not be useless. You just might need to focus in different ways.
So what I mean by that is, yes, when you're on Facebook, you focus on the correct things. It's not like you're, like Linda just said, it's not like you're going to sit and watch all the funny videos unless you really needed something funny.
Right.
But I find myself just scrolling through when I could be sending a text at 10 p.m. Because quite honestly, you can't send a text at 10 p.m. to somebody to follow up. So as I'm laying in bed scrolling through just looking at random stuff, I could be following up with somebody or even on Facebook, yes, there's things that you can see about Facebook for potential.
Right.
But we all do it. We all waste time.
Oh, yeah, I feel like, I can't wait to share that article.
Right.
Message me sometime. Or I can't wait to watch that video.
You posted something about that, right?
Did I post something? I should.
I thought someone did. I thought it was you.
I might have.
About useless Facebook something.
Yeah, I'm realizing it's like I may not watch TV, but it's like calming to me. Like, oh, look at what my friends are doing. And then you feel like you got caught up. But really, at the end of the day,
Were you caught up?
you didn't miss anything.
Right. But however, this is a relationship building business. And we have to constantly build relationships, engage in the relationship, and expand on it. So as long as you use it in a focused way, but in a way that they don't know that it's so focused.
Right.
However, some may. I mean, my friends have caught on, they know. So I look for certain things. And today, a friend of mine, granted, he's in London, but he posted how much weight is okay for a man to gain while his wife is pregnant.
Hilarious.
So we got a lot of responses, and all of the men responded with 15 to 25 is perfectly fine. How do you think I responded? I'm like, talk to me, we'll get rid of that in a jiffy.
Talk to me, what?
Talk to me, we'll get rid of that in a jiffy. Oh, because he was not okay with it. He's very thin, fit boy, athletic boy. He's not okay with it. But his friends were like, yeah, perfectly fine. Wait till number 2 or number 3. You don't even think about it at that point. Well, it's like, yeah, man boobs, just don't get man boobs. Don't get the hips, you know, then you're fine. No, it's not okay. But I have a solution for him. No, it's not okay, but I can take care of that. Rather than how all his friends are saying it's okay, because he doesn't want it to be okay. How many times have we seen our friends post, I can't sleep, another sleepless night? Right. What do you do?
Oh, right away I said, I didn't either. I've got a solution. Call me. Let me help you. I had a gentleman the other night spend the night at our house, a cousin over my husband's side. He was up. We were all going to bed. I was like, aren't you going to bed? He goes, no, I don't sleep well. I go, oh, damn. I got the ionics out. I made him a hot tea. Within 15 minutes, he was falling asleep on the couch. And I go, open your mouth. Sprays.
No, we may or may not be able to help everyone because they want to help themselves. But we have offers and opportunities for people. Who else has done that? Who else has seen some posts out there?
So I have a friend that lives near me actually today, and she posted something about her husband being out of town. She's got 2 little boys, and I texted her and I said, how you doing with Ryan being gone? She said, I'm going nuts. I need something, and I said, I'm going to bring over a couple samples of something. And so literally on the way here, I brought over a couple samples of the iron spring.
Right.
And then she said, in one text, she said, well, it sounds expensive, and I didn't even answer it. I just said, I'm just going to bring it over and try it.
Let's take care of it. Sorry, I reminded myself, Kathleen asked me, she needs a new shot. I think I can take care of that. Can you catch? Okay, watch out, Lisa. Whoa. So sorry. But here, we're a solution-based company. I want stress, I need energy, this over there. Yes! Yes, we do. So those are your things you guys can do on Facebook. Yeah, open your mouth before. You guys look for things on Facebook. People will always post that they can't sleep or they have a rough night sleeping. Yes,
Well, my ex-husband's cousin posted on Facebook 2 days ago, it's Monday night, saying, I just did the vinegar cleanse and I was sick for days.
How nasty.
Oh. I'm like, what are you doing? You need to call me.
Right.
So
I have something a lot better than that.
it tastes better.
Yeah, so staying focused.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A friend of mine posted that, ooh, we just worked out, and he says, this protein shake tastes terrible. I PM'd him, and I said, John, my shakes are delicious and the best nutrition you can get. So he wrote me back and said, I'd like to try it. Are you available tomorrow? He said, but I'm still follow up. I didn't know, I don't want him to think I'm bugging him, so I
Get
said,
over it.
Yeah, get over it.
What did you just promise us?
follow
I
up.
will not worry about no, I will not worry about rejection.
And
It wasn't
we
rejection.
the same day by 10:15.
Right.
At the beginning of the conversation, didn't he say he wanted, when he PM'd you, he wanted to?
Yeah.
Talk to you the next day?
Yeah.
So you
He actually
well,
said
eventually
that.
says stop calling us, I've changed my mind.
PM John.
Right?
Okay, thank you all. Great as mouth.
Just open your mouth. Open your mouth.
Drink down this straw.
She stopped mentioning.
That's the thing, people really are looking, they're searching. Does anyone here just, raise your hand, were you looking and searching for something before you were approached?
No.
Yes.
I think we always, well, I was always looking for something.
I've always been looking.
I've
Always been looking. I wasn't on the internet looking, but my ears are always open. Yeah.
Yes, me too.
Yeah.
Good.
But how many, Kathleen, you were searching, you were looking, you were wanting?
Yes, because I was 205 pounds. and
Right.
I felt like I could just die.
And what if Roddy wouldn't have come to you and said something?
You'd be under 15 pounds.
Okay. Okay. All right. Okay. Do you see that? But I want you guys to all feel her emotion, and thank you for
Yeah.
being able to do that for us, because now we're all there. But that's what we can do for people, and that's why we follow up. That's why we focus on those messages, and that's why we spray and have them open their mouths and spray. Because we know that stories like that can happen. Whether we've had them or not, we've all experienced someone else having one. And we can do that. I mean, where would you have been?
That's not
1,200 pounds heavier.
Yeah, right. We don't even want to go there. We don't even want to go there. Right.
You can't even remember,
Right.
probably, you don't even remember what you felt like or what you were, probably.
When I see pictures, I wonder sometimes.
I looked at. I was showing your Facebook to someone, and I'm like, oh, I just don't even remember that.
I even looked at my wedding pictures. I mean, I've been heavy all my life. So, yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah. So when we think about if we don't want to bug someone, or if we're getting too personal, or we're getting too much, you can just explain to them that I don't mean to be too aggressive. I just have so many stories of people that share their stories of how their lives have changed that I'm overwhelmed to keep sharing, or something along that line.
Hallelujah.
Yeah.
Yes, that's the truth. That's
Yeah.
the
So
truth.
excited.
And there are some people, they're not ready, they're not.
And that's
fine.
fine.
And let's you move on, like see if you move on, because,
Yep.
everyone has their psychological piece and.
Right.
not theirs.
And they're just not ready, and that's okay. That's perfectly fine. And again, if you don't mind, I'll call you back in a month or two. And if you don't mind, would you like to be added to our private Facebook group? And, call me when you're ready. And if you have a friend who starts talking about what I've been talking to you about, and they are interested, please remember me. And that's what I told Kathy. I'm like, just make sure that that school associates you with Isogenics. So when people think of you, and we're going to come to branding really soon, when you brand yourself, yeah, we're almost there actually, let's just wait, let's finish this up. So really get serious about eliminating your distractions. And I will start organizing my office, smiling more, carrying Isogenics products everywhere, wearing your shirts, let people know I'm with Isogenics. Our name is getting out there. People are getting to know who we are. And when we carry our shaker bottles, or we wear a shirt, or we're showing a brochure, or we have our 90-day plan, they're going to see it. I mean, has anyone ever been hiking at some point and you're wearing one of your shirts or hats or something, and someone comes up and they're like, oh, I do that. I've had those shakes. Yeah, brand. They recognize it, and it's always good. It's always good. So make sure you do that. Get your business set. What do you need to get your business running? What do you need? Do you have office space? Are you organized? Do you have your phones and your charger, your computer, your whiteboard, your Facebook page? What do you need? Yeah. Oh, that's a different one. Is that smaller?
What is that?
That's
The brand
thinner
new.
than mine.
It's the brand new one.
That's huge.
That's a
Thank you. You know what? You'll never say that after you have one. Now you look at the iPhones and you're like, oh, really?
Yeah.
All right. What day next week will you get to this?